halfway through the season right now. Without any bias for your favorite teams, I want you guys to give predictions for you who will win the finals this year.
You want to take this first, Sterling, or?
Oh, well, I don't. But
So I'm a Jazz fan. I think they have a shot, but what they've done recently has kind of scared me. I know they've had some COVID run-ins. I think they'll be up there, but they just can't ever seem to, make it past the second round. I don't know what it is. I think it's going to come down to if Klay Thompson can start hitting shots and get back really in the groove. He's looked good physically. If he gets back in the groove, I think it's between Warriors and Suns, and in the West. And the Grizzlies are scary right now too. Grizzlies are rolling. They could be up there, but I think right now it is Suns and Warriors. The Eastern Conference, the Nets are way too. I don't see the Nets doing it. I think the whole situation. I think James Harden is another Russell Westbrook, in the sense of the guy can put up numbers. I don't see him going too far. Nets, I think Bucks could take it again. I'd like to see the Bulls, though. I'd like to see the Bulls out of the East. I think DeMar DeRozan's having an MVP year. I think that dude's awesome. He's got shipped around. He's done this, and he's always provided. He's good. But I don't know. I'd like to see Bulls out of the East, but I honestly have no idea. Bucks could repeat out of the East again. What about you, Sterling?
Yeah, I was going to agree with you a little bit there. Though the Bulls were going to be my pick coming out of the East. They were pretty hot, but then now they're battling some injuries, right? With Caruso, and Ball's been out. Yeah, they still have DeMar, but they need those two other key players, obviously. So that definitely brings the Bucks, and the Heat obviously still playing decent basketball. First in the East isn't bad. Yeah, Suns and Warriors with Klay back. I know that's kind of a transition, but they got probably one of the best coaches in NBA history. They got two of the best shooters.
The thing with Klay, physically he looks great. So all he needs is just reps. Just reps. Yeah. The guy will come back.
He's been out for 2 years. Like, you don't expect him to come back and drop 30 in his first game.
Yeah.
Instead, he had a poster, which was pretty sweet. Suns are up there too, but the Warriors are going to be dangerous.
I'd have to agree. I think the Warriors would be my pick from the West too. Curry's been on a pretty bad slump the last couple weeks. Clay's been sucking. They've had a couple injuries, and they're still winning games. So
I know.
Pile that all up with all the playoff and championship experience that team has.
Steph Curry's going like 1 for 12, and they're still winning.
Yeah, Jordan Poole's actually playing really well. It's like they have a couple new pieces that they didn't have on those championship teams. So they're a scary team. And on the East, I think the Nets will get it figured out. They're just now starting to play with Kyrie a little bit. If Kyrie can figure out a way to play in all the playoff games, I think they got a good shot.
Depends on where it's at. Depends on the mandate.
That's true. It's hard to bet on a healthy Kevin Durant. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think James Harden's just kind of up there, dude. A team that I would love to see push in the East too. Charlotte Hornets. I think Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges, and LaMelo together, I think those three are a fun group to watch. I think those three are fun. I think, and they're going to be fun for a lot of years. Oh, man.
They're still young, so they might struggle for a year or two, but that's going to be a dangerous team with Melo leading them. And, that's a good team. And if the season were to end now, they'd be playing the Bulls. That'd be an interesting series. I think they match up pretty well with them.
Oh, I think LaMelo would just rip Lonzo a new one. The younger brother would come out on top. Looking over at the West, how how surprised are you at the Minnesota Timberwolves? Do you think they do you think their record shows what their roster is, or do you think they're underperforming?
I think they're still underperforming, but it's about time they started performing a little bit, because they've missed the playoffs with a strong roster for a few years now, and it's about time they started getting around 500. That's another scary team. Karl-Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, those two are really good players.
Anthony Edwards is unreal. And then D'Angelo Russell, you forget what he did in Brooklyn the year he was there before the whole Kevin Durant and stuff going. He was a beast there.
If they can get some pieces around them and figure out how to work together, I don't know if it'll ever happen, but that's a talented roster.
No, it is. You look at that. I mean, the West is just filled. The team, I'm not going to say they're going to go just because their roster is young and they still need a lot. But I'm telling you that the Grizzlies, Ja Morant's got something in him. So he's got that it factor. And I know Hayden, me and you have talked about that, where he's like a Russell Westbrook, can't really shoot, but he knows he's almost a better Russell Westbrook, which I know is crazy to say with he's young. Russ has, the accolades, MVP. He knows he drives. That's what Russ does. He's a finisher around the rim. He just doesn't take the threes. Like, if he's wide open, he'll take it. But he's just a very smart player at what he does.
IQ is such a big factor in determining whether you're good or great in the NBA. And that's what's helping them win games. Just taking efficient shots, getting it to the open guys rather than forcing it. It's like there's a reason they're at the number 3 seed right now.
And I got to say something for a big fella on that team. There's this guy that doesn't get much love who seems to win almost wherever he goes. Steven Adams, okay? His stats aren't crazy. I just looked up about 6 points, 9.5 rebounds. But, dude, he doesn't want the ball, doesn't score, but, man, does he do some dirty work down low. Defensive monster. They have that team just set up really good. I think it's a team to be scared of. I just don't see them yet getting to that. Ja will have his time, but I don't know.
Yep, another young team to just watch out for. But there's just too many stacked teams right now to really compete.
I got to bring something up quick. We were talking about the injuries and stuff with LA and everything. You don't hear much from Kawhi or anything like that. What about the big boy down south? Where's Zion? Yeah. Does he live in America anymore?
Supposed to be the next LeBron James, but he just doesn't stay on the court. It's concerning. This young in his career, when you're supposed to be healthy, when you're supposed to bounce back from injury quickly, he can't stay on the court for more than a couple of weeks at a time.
Is he hitting up crawfish boils every weekend? What's that?
I think so. And without him, they can't win. They're somehow still above the Kings, but they're kind of stuck in that same situation where they're not going to do anything in the playoffs, but they're not going to get a good pick. And he's going to leave. Once his rookie contract's up, he's gone. If he can still play basketball.
Is a fat boy who can jump higher than he should be allowed to jump. And it's killing. Dude, when you're as big as he is, you should not be able to jump 30 feet in the air. Okay. That is just not good for your joints. I don't care who you are. It is horrible. Okay. Fat people stay on the ground. They don't doing up like that.
I mean, look at Blake Griffin. He's not even a big boy, but he spent a little too much time jumping, and now when he was on the Pistons, he barely ever dunked.
Bro,
you can ruin a career by being too athletic. Especially when you're as big as he is. His career is going to be over real quick if he doesn't make some changes.
Mm-hmm.